And we are live, everybody. Welcome to the Macro Crypto channel. This is your host, Shane Mack, the better half of this channel. What we're going to bring you today is a quick topic on Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. That's still the king of crypto, so why not? Now, this should be the largest part of our portfolios each here in the crypto space. Whether you're new to the game or you're an old head like myself, you want to make sure that Bitcoin is always continuously to be a stacking part of your portfolio. There's so much noise out there. It doesn't mean this channel's not going to talk about all that noise, whether it's NFTs, Ethereum, other altcoins, meme coins, you name it, we're going to cover it. But we always want to come back to our roots because we believe that's one of the most important things when we're talking about the crypto marketplace is Bitcoin. And it's never a bad idea to get yourself stacking more and more every month, year after year. Now, it is important to notice that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. But with that being said, it's my opinion to stack more Bitcoin all day, every day, whenever you get that opportunity. Now, quick overview on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price currently at over $46,000 as of today. I also want to show you quickly, if you are new or if you've been in the space and you haven't had the opportunity to check out the white paper through bitcoin.org, what you can do is go up to the introduction page, go down to the white paper, and they do have the original English version, but they have multiple different versions that are translated into other languages. When you have that opportunity, it's only a 9-page read. We're not going to go over that right now. Maybe we will share a video where we will just take a deep dive into each page on the white paper of Bitcoin, the inception of Bitcoin, how it was created, how it operates. This is a great tool to utilize. Also, want to hit on a little bit itself is the Satoshi Nakamoto Institute. This is another website. Basically, it gives you a complete overview of different topics that have been brought into basically how the network came to fruition and how we got to where we are today. And one of the things I did want to bring up is the mailing list. This was this was the first inception of, or the first email that was sent out regarding Bitcoin from Satoshi Nakamoto. And anyone that doesn't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, it's okay. Nobody does. It's a synonymous name where basically no one knows the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. And what this email represents is basically his creation and gives a quick rundown. Like you notice at the very beginning here, you can see that the paper is available at bitcoin.org. The main properties, the double spending is prevented with a peer-to-peer network, no mint or other trusted parties. That meaning that no one got Bitcoin before anybody else. Participants can be anonymous. New coins are made from cash style proof of work, which we'll go over. The proof of work for new coin generation also powers a network to prevent double spending. So you can go into this a little further, but you'll be able to go with look at different emails, forum posts, the code itself. Also want to share from the Satoshi Nakamoto Institute also, which I'll link all this information down at the bottom of the YouTube page. If you would like to just have a quick link and bookmark, I recommend bookmarking all of it. Somebody that is always kind of up to debate, simply kind of my personal opinion and prediction on who Satoshi Nakamoto is this Nick Szabo. Wrote back in 2002, up here it says originally was published, was a Shelling Out, the Origins of Money. It's a great read, just talking about kind of the very beginning of how trade operated and how simple it was and how that grew a little bit over time. So how we view money today was not always the case. So how we operate and how we move forward and how we look at peer-to-peer exchanges, or how, currency is utilized, can change, is the biggest reason why I'm giving you this information, is to have an open mind on that. Because a lot of times what you look at is Bitcoin at first was an inception of like a peer-to-peer exchange, like money being exchanged for a good. Also, a lot of individuals now view it as a store of value, replacing gold. It's the new digital age of gold. Then also you hear like individuals, smart individuals like Michael Saylor talking about how it's property, how the property has no physical location, how it can move around the world. Then you also have Jordan Peterson talking about how it was a great point with how Bitcoin brings value to electricity in small areas where maybe renewable energy or electricity costs are super cheap, but it brings value to that cheaper electricity. Because if you're able to mine Bitcoin through a certain area that has cheap electricity, then you're able to generate wealth through that value of that area, and that's going to create more value for that area that might have never had that before. So that's like just kind of an interesting different way to look at how Bitcoin brings value other than just a store of value or a property value. And my biggest opinion on Bitcoin is the unknowns. Where is it all going to be? Because when we look at anything about like an inception of the internet, what it started out with, how small and how no one thought it would grow to anything that it is today and bring so much applications to the internet that we utilize on a daily basis, like social networking, e-commerce, Amazon, Google, just, the innovations that came from it. What's Bitcoin going to bring that we haven't thought of yet? And that's the exciting part that Bitcoin brings, is just the unknowns and so many smart people working on it and investing in it and going towards and moving forward with it. So again, what I want to do is just give a kind of bring ourselves back. It's important to continue to notice the value of Bitcoin, and even with the price being as high as it is, why it's so important to continue to stack yourself Bitcoin, and the importance of knowing that having this as the base of your portfolio, and that's going to create a strong portfolio at the end of the day. Because the price of Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to have its ups and downs, its ebbs and flows. It's going to crash. It's going to moon. But at the end of the day, the price of Bitcoin is going to be worth more in 5 years or 10 years than it is today. So the best way to create more wealth for yourself is the dollar cost averaging. And you might have heard this already, but we're going to basically go right into this, and I'm going to give you a little breakdown of how, if you dollar cost average yourself back in 2017, where you'd sit today. And I'd messed this up a little bit, so a little transparency at first here. The Bitcoin price I did take on all these for 17, 18, and 19 was actually the opening price for those days. I should have taken the closing price. And how I operated was the first of every month what the price was. But in 2020 and 21, I did take the closing prices on those. So a little bit of adjusted. It's like if you bought Bitcoin first thing in the morning for the first 3 years, and then you decided to buy Bitcoin before you went to bed. Now, what the importance here is, and what we're looking at, is if you decided just $100 a month going into Bitcoin. Every month, on the first of the month, you're putting, no matter what the price is. That's dollar cost averaging in. You're just, no matter what the price is going to move up and down, but you're putting $100 in. You're able to put $100 to the side. If you can put more in, great. If you can only put 50 in, hey, set aside $50 every month. Go on to Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, use those exchanges, eventually pull off your Bitcoin, put it into a different, hardware wallet, which we'll have a separate video for all that. But what I want to just go over real quick is if you decided to put those $100 in each month through 2017, current Bitcoin price, and the amount of Bitcoin you'd get on per transaction. By the end of 2017 alone, you'd end up with 0.62 Bitcoin at that time. We go right into 2018 as the Bitcoin price has hit an all-time high in mid-December, and now it's free falling. But you're still putting that $100 in. And what you're doing is allowing yourself to just get more and more Bitcoin, even through the ups and the downs. You're getting better prices on the way up or on the way down, but you're still accumulating on the way up. And what we got here is 0.16 Bitcoin from 2018. 2019, we ended up getting 0.2. And then 2020, we got 0.12. And then finally in this previous year in 2021, which had a monster year, we had 0.02 Bitcoin was created for our wealth. Now, dollar cost averaging in, bringing ourselves to 100 per month, we're going to total ourselves to about 1,200 per year. So with that being said, what this is going to do is going to create on a year-by-year basis how much Bitcoin you got for yourself. You would end up with a total of 1.1, just over 1.1 Bitcoin in those 5 years with just putting $100 in per month on the first of every month. And the Bitcoin price, before I made this video, I know we just saw it was over 46,000, was just under 46,000, 45,000 and some change. That value of that Bitcoin that you accumulated over those 5 years would currently be at 52,000. Now, the total invested, you would have invested over that 5-year period, $6,000. So your 6,000 would have turned into just over 52,000 currently. And as that changes over time, and you're continuously stacking Bitcoin, you're going to increase that value more and more, 5 years, 10 years down the line. We don't want to think of it as a micro outlook, like where's Bitcoin going to be in 2 months. You want to start thinking and putting yourself in a better position of where is Bitcoin going to be in 5 to 10 years. And where do I want to see myself, and how much Bitcoin can I see myself having, and how much can I currently invest? If it's $50, 100, 1,000, 2,000, whatever that is, and you're able to put aside that amount, if you're able to some months put a little extra, go for it. This is just an opinion, not financial advice. I'll repeat that again, not financial advice. But I want to see your wealth and your financial freedom changed as much as it changed for me. And through Bitcoin, what Bitcoin can bring is an opportunity to have an asset that's going to allow you to borrow against it in the future. That it's already doing that. But if you're just now starting, to give yourself an opportunity of something you never want to sell and that you won't want to get rid of, especially for trash shit coins or into fiat, because it's going to be that much more valuable for this day and age. And this is still, like, you can see this price as 46,000 and be a little worried and be scared, but this is still the ground floor for a lot of individuals. And I was actually listening to a video the other day that was talking about how Bitcoin, anyone, and I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I have a very large portfolio of different cryptocurrencies, NFTs. I'm very, very deep into DeFi space as well. But I am a cryptocurrency degen, 100%. And I hope all you are degenerates along with me here, and we can create wealth together. And you can help me gain some knowledge as well along the way. And that's what this is all about, is sharing my opinion with you, and then hopefully getting some knowledge from you, whether that's in the comment section or having people guest on that I gain knowledge from as well. But coming back to where we were, it's just at the end of the day, it's important to stack Bitcoin and have that as a huge part of your portfolio. And where that's going to be is more secure than anything else that's out there in the market. It's the bottom line. And how, somebody, like I mentioned, I'm not a maxi or a maximalist for Bitcoin, but I'm a firm believer in it, of where the potential of it and how important it is to this space. But what we also want to highlight is that anybody that tries to downplay on people trying to create hype around Bitcoin is just for me to get more value for myself because I've already invested in it. At the end of the day, everything, if you're building a community or a meme token or an NFT, you're hyping it up because you're trying to create more value for it. All of that is you're building a community. It just so happens that Bitcoin is the largest community currently out there on any network. And it just so happens to be decentralized and no one can control it, which makes it that much more powerful. So a little bit of backstory now on Bitcoin while we take a break before I get too heated and too hyped up on Bitcoin. Bitcoin was started in 2009. Like I mentioned, the creator was Satoshi Nakamoto. No one knows who it is. And there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever created. Currently, I believe there's about 18 million that has already been mined through the proof of work protocol. And the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. So we are just over 115 years away from mining the last Bitcoin. 118, something around there. And that's a long time for Bitcoin to continue to be mined year after year. And how that's going to keep diminishing over time is called the halving. And the Bitcoin halving, which will go right here, is the halving countdown. This is the next time that Bitcoin is going to have a halving, which typically falls right around the low points of Bitcoin cycles. So, which we'll have another opportunity to go over. But every time that Bitcoin comes around for a halving, the amount of Bitcoin per block that's mined is divided by 2. So that's going to happen on May 6th, 2024. Just keep that in mind. But this is your opportunity if Bitcoin has a huge run. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the 2017 run, if you started with $100 then, and where we're at now, and where you would be value-wise, if Bitcoin, as much as we are thinking of this market, is going to have a blow-off top at some point this year, if you're able to just start dollar cost and average in, where can you be in 4 or 5 years? Long-term look, where can we all find ourselves? And lastly, I want to just share another chart, which I'll share this link in the video as well, is kind of our Bitcoin kind of territory, where we fall at currently. We're right on the cusp of basically HODL, right at the bottom. We're almost kind of getting in that accumulate phase a little bit on there as well. This is going to give you an opportunity also to see how far and how deep are we in the Bitcoin bull market, and are we at that top, at that peak? And the closer we get there, I think this video and this channel is really going to help everybody maximize their opportunities, because we will use this on a monthly basis to basically identify when we should take profits, where we're going to take profits into. We're all here together. We all want to make it. We want to make it together. We're trying to create wealth for ourselves, for our families, and macro crypto is just here to kind of give you a different dive into something than just talking about NFTs only, or just talking about altcoins, because we vision that the entire space has an opportunity to create wealth for yourself, but it starts with Bitcoin. And that's just a reminder for everybody. If you like this video, you want to see more, please like, subscribe, send it to your friends and family. Just appreciate it. If you got any comments, we're just starting out, so this is going to be a community that we're looking to grow and gain along the way. So I appreciate your time. Again, my name's Shane Mack, the better half of this channel. This is the Macro Crypto channel. Y'all have a good rest of your day.